I didn't pay to change my father's gravely insulting gravestone. My dad died when I was 22, and honestly, we weren't close. He was one of those guys who worked all the time and only really talked to me when I was in trouble. But when he got sick with cancer, something changed. For the last 6 months of his life, we actually started having real conversations. He told me he was proud of me, that he wished he'd been around more. All that heavy stuff you see in movies. After he passed, my stepmom Karen took charge of everything. I was too messed up to really fight her on the funeral arrangements. She picked the cheapest everything. Budget casket, minimal service, the works. But the gravestone was where she really went overboard with being cheap. The thing was supposed to say, beloved father and husband, but when it arrived it said, beloved father and bastard. Yeah, you read that right. Bastard. Right there on the stone for everyone to see. When I saw it, I lost it. I called the monument company and they were like, oops, our bad. Must have been autocorrect or something. They said they'd fix it for free, but it would take 8 weeks because they had to order new stone. Meanwhile, Karen was absolutely refusing to pay for a temporary fix or faster service. She kept saying, he's dead. What does it matter? Nobody's gonna read it anyway. But people did read it. His work buddies who came to visit, old neighbors, even random people walking their dogs would stop and stare. I caught one lady taking a selfie next to it with her friend, both of them giggling. My dad's brother called me 3 days after the stone went up. Did you see what they put on Jim's grave? He asked, and I could hear him trying not to laugh. I mean, he could be difficult, but bastard seems a bit harsh. I had two choices. Fork over $800 for an emergency replacement or let it sit there for 2 months. I was working at Target making like $12 an hour and barely making rent. 800 might as well have been 8,000. But then something weird happened. Dad's old army buddy Pete came by to pay his respects and saw the stone. Instead of being offended, he burst out laughing. You know what? Jim would have thought this was hilarious. Remember when he put that fake for sale sign on the neighbor's lawn because their dog kept crapping in his yard? That's when I realized Pete was right. My dad was actually pretty hilarious when he wanted to be. He once put googly eyes on every single item in my stepmom's medicine cabinet just to mess with her. He used to leave fake spider rings in the ice cube tray. The man lived for pranks, so I decided to leave it. For 8 whole weeks, my dad's grave said, beloved father and bastard. And you know what? It got more visitors than any other grave in that cemetery. People would bring their friends to see it. Someone left a beer on it with a note that said, this one's for you, you magnificent bastard. A local Facebook group even started sharing photos of it. Some lady posted, found the most honest gravestone ever, and it got like 3,000 likes. People were commenting their own stories about their difficult but lovable dads. When they finally came to replace the stone with the correct one, I was almost sad to see it go. The guy installing it was like, man, I heard about this stone. Half the town's been coming to see it. Karen was mortified the entire time. But honestly, I think leaving it was the best decision I ever made. It was more true to who my dad actually was than some boring, beloved husband nonsense. He was a bastard sometimes, but he was our bastard, and he would have laughed until he cried at that stone.